about soul retrievals and past life regressions and what the similarities and differences are there. Okay, so typically past life regressionists, and this is not for everybody, okay, not representative of all, but most past life regressionists will put their client under hypnosis, and the client will go in their subconscious and the Akasha fields, the etheric realms, and recount a story of one of their past lives. The past life regressionist will take notes, and then when that person is out of hypnosis, they will relay what was found. Oftentimes the client doesn't have any remembrances of what has happened, and sometimes they do. Sometimes they're going along with the experience as well, but they don't have as much conscientious awareness presently. They're more dipping back into the past life themselves and experiencing it in real time, or sometimes looking at a memory. Now with soul retrievals, this is where you as the practitioner, this is a type of shamanic practice, are taking yourself, and sometimes the client as well, in hypnosis sometimes, or meditation or not, and you are jumping into the timeline and you are talking to that past life in real time. You are all having a conversation with one another, and you can actually help that incarnation heal through something, a karmic lesson or trauma wound that is affecting them in that timeline, or maybe it's having a rollover effect to you here. You can also pull mentors from your Akashic records to help you during this incarnation and have a real-time conversation like that. Soul retrievals also have to do with your inner children, because technically they are a different timeline version of you, a different chapter in the etheric realms. I am able to, in meditations, go back. There's no back, time's not linear, but we're able to talk to your inner children in real time. They have their own consciousness, their own personalities, their own perspectives. Oftentimes, to clear out really deep-seated trauma, we need to actually help not just you, but the child in that time and space release those things so that you can move forward in the current time and space. Now, for both of these, past life regressions and soul retrievals, you don't necessarily need to be with the client in person. I do all of my sessions on Zoom because that's how I prefer to do it, and I'm able to have a lot more reach. Also, my home space, I like being in my own energy field, so I don't have like a lot of people coming through. Now, if I had maybe an external office, that might be different. But you can do it, remotely via Zoom. You don't even have to have the person with you necessarily, however. I do these sessions called spiritual gift activations. This is where I tap into the person's Akashic records and speak with their higher self, spirit team, inner children, different incarnations. I can recount what has happened in a different incarnation and explain that full story and narrative to the client through a voice note recording without us even coming in contact with one another here on this 3D plane. Other times, I will take a more active role and we'll meet on an Akashic record reading, and I will take them via meditation with both of us and have that experience with one another. It's dependent on your abilities and toolkit as a practitioner. It has taken me a lot of time and practice to be able to get to a place where I don't have to have the client with me in real time to be able to retrieve this information. Some people always want to do that because there is a real sense of solidity being able to talk to a person, conversation with one another. Sometimes a person's their psyche here on this plane needs to hear things from you or have it recounted from their different incarnations so that they can create more forward movement in their life, because the way that you process things here is different how your higher self and your higher awarenesses do. your higher awarenesses, I can send you a voice note recording and they're good to go. They will trickle that information down to you how you need it. But that sometimes leaves the human kind of wanting more of, well, I had questions. Or could you explain this concept a little bit more to me? So it's really dependent on how you enjoy giving your sessions and what you are able to do right now. But you most certainly can get to a place where you don't even have to have the client with you in order to retrieve these things from their soul. You can recount it simply by immersing yourself, astral projecting yourself into their energy field with their permission, of course, and sharing that with them however you would like.